Now I shall start with the radiation efficiency. Here, total antenna radiation resistance is the sum of five components, in which Rg is ground resistance, Ri is an equivalent insulation loss, Rc is resistance of tuning inductance, and Rw is the resistance equivalent of conductor loss. So therefore, radiation efficiency is a ratio of radiation resistance to the sum of these resistance. And also radiation efficiency is defined as ratio of power radiated from the antenna to the total power supplied to the antenna. Now I will move on to antenna temperature. So if you want to discuss antenna temperature, the antenna noise can be divided into two types according to the physical structure. So first noise due to the loss resistance of the antenna itself, and other noise or second noise is it is due to antenna pickups the surrounding environment. Then the noise power per unit bandwidth, it is proportional to the object's temperature, and it is given by the Nyquist equation pH is equal to kTp watts per hertz. Here K is Boltzmann constant, Tp is physical temperature of the object in degree Kelvin. Okay, Kelvin degrees. A resistor is having thermal noise source. Noise source or noise voltage, it may be RMS value generated by a resistor keeping a temperature T. Okay, then a thermal noise of a resistance Vn is equal to root of 4 kTbr. Here K is Boltzmann constant, B is bandwidth in hertz. Then we have assumed that heat energy is equivalently or evenly distributed in the frequency band delta F. Here you have to assume that heat energy is distributed evenly in the bandwidth or frequency band or delta F. Then this associated heat power in delta F is given as pH is equal to kTp into delta F watts. For a temperature distribution, T is a function of theta and pi, and radiation pattern R is a function of theta and pi. Then noise temperature Ta is given by Ta is equal to 1 over 4 pi double integral of R of theta comma pi T of theta comma pi into sin theta d theta d pi. So here noise power Pta received from the antenna at temperature Ta can be expressed in terms of bandwidth B. Over this bandwidth, antenna is working as a receiver. So therefore, noise power Pta is equal to Kta into bandwidth B. So therefore, the receiver also has a temperature Tr associated with it, and total system noise temperature, antenna and receiver as the combined temperature is given by a total system temperature T system is equal to Ta plus Tr. So therefore, total noise power in the system is P total is equal to KT system into B. Now I will move on to the radio communication link. So previously we have derived the equation for we have understand the concept of aperture concept. So the usefulness of the aperture concept here going to use to derive the important formula called Friis transmission formula. This Friis transmission formula is invented by that is a scientist called Harold T. Friis. Is one of the scientists in Bell Telephone Company, which is invented in 1946. So this Friis transmission formula is used to calculate the received power from the receiver over radio communication link. This formula gives the power received over radio communication link. Here you have to assume the media is lossless and antennas are matched antennas. So to calculate the power received by the receiving antenna, a power must be transmitted or radiated into the space from the transmitting antenna. A transmitting antenna has to transmit the power. It should be supplied with the input power. So let transmitter feed a power point PT to a transmitting antenna which is having the effective aperture AER. At a distance R, you are having a receiving antenna which is having effective aperture AER, which will collect or receive some power radiated by the transmitting antenna and delivers it to the receiver R. At the receiver, we have to assume that transmitting antenna is isotropic because transmitting antenna has to radiate power equally in all the directions, so that receiving antenna will also be isotropic antenna. It will accepts or it intercepts or it collects the maximum power from the all the directions equally. So the power per unit area available at the receiving antenna is SR is equal to PT divided by 4 pi R square. So now antenna has a gain G. The power per unit area available at the receiving antenna will be increasing proportional to the gain of the transmitting antenna. So therefore SR received pointing power density or power per unit area at the receiver, SR is equal to PT into GT divided by 4 pi R square. At the same time, power collected by the lossless media matched receiving antennas of effective aperture AER, PT is equal to SR into AER, that is equal to PT GT divided by AER whole divided by 4 pi R square. So therefore, the gain of the transmitting antenna can be given as G is equal to 4 pi divided by lambda square AE. So substituting in this previous equation, we'll get the Friis transmission formula, which will give you how much power is received by over the radio communication link. PR is equal to AET AER PT divided by R square into lambda square. So this completes your another one term is there, that is antenna field zones. The fields around the antenna may be divided into two principal planes. One near the antenna called as near field or Fresnel zone, and another or second zone called as at a large distance as called as far field or Fraunhofer zone. The boundary between these two may be arbitrarily taken to be at a distance r is equal to 2L square divided by lambda, where L is the maximum dimension of the antenna in meters, lambda is wavelength in meters. In far field or Fraunhofer region, the field components are transverse to the radial direction from the antenna, and the power flow will be directed radially outward, and the field pattern is independent of the distance. In near field, the longitudinal component of the electric field may be significant, and power flow is not entirely radial. In the near field, shape of the field pattern is depends on distance. Okay, so this is how antenna field zones are shown in figure. This is a dipole antenna which is having length L. Around the small circle is there. No? Around this region is called as antenna region. From this antenna at a distance r radius of this middle circle, r is equal to 2L square by h. This is called as near field or Fresnel region. After this distance from the antenna R is equal to 2L square by H. Remaining area into the space is called as far field or Fraunhofer field. Here power radiated from the antenna will be radial in nature at a infinite distance. So this is how you are going to have the field zones, different field zones. I told in explanation, near field characteristics are power flow is not entirely radiated, shape of the field pattern is independent of the radial distance, there is an energy reciprocating between antenna and space, and here energy is reactive energy. Whereas in far field characteristics, real power flow is directed radially outward, shape of the field pattern is independent of distance, the outward power flow represents radiated energy. So the measurable field components are transverse to the direction of propagation. So these are the important questions from the exam point of view, which I have made from this basic antenna parameters chapter. So I will stop this module 3 with respect to antenna is completed.